Okay, so what's up, guys? In my most recent time, this has been the most awkward date for me, guys. So stay tuned. So we're in the year of 2021, so I'm not talking about this year. I haven't been on like a real date this year at all. And that's mainly just me being focused on myself. So yeah, it's 2021, so I haven't been on really nearly as many dates as I went on last year. But this is my like most awkward date since being down south. And I'm gonna elaborate and break it down and kind of explain to y'all where I'm coming from with shit. This guy that I went on a date with, I met him through a mutual friend or mutual friends or whatever. So first of all, those of you who don't know, I live down south right now. And well, the city that I'm in is just really not me at all. So last time I was like, okay, let me go on dates, try and get my motherfucking head right, and maybe I'll like it a little bit more. Girl, hell no. Anyway, so I went on this date, guys, and let's just start it off. Okay, so I'm not gonna name the person that I went on a date with. Like, what I live near is kind of like, I live in like the hub of the city, I would guess you would say. Like all the restaurants and the mall and everything is like right near where I live. So I was just like, it makes more sense for us to meet on my side of town than his. So we go out to the bar, and it was just like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of shy in person. I think I pre-gamed a little bit before I took a shot, and I smoked a little bit before, just because I was nervous or whatever. So I get on the date, and we're like at this, first of all, when I walk in, he's like in the cut of the restaurant. So I'm like, okay. Like, he's like ducked off in this little, well, you guys know COVID and everything was going on at the time. So it was kind of set up really weird. The area where he was sitting at, there was really no people. And I'm like, okay, are we going to sit here? Or are we gonna go to the bar area? Like, what's tea, sis? Like, I didn't know what was going on. And then after that, so I was like, okay, like I said, I was already lit. So I was like, okay, this is not working for me. My energy is not feeling really good over here. So boom, we went to like the more active part of the spot where we was at eating and drinking and stuff. So it was cool. But then it was just like very weird because, okay, this is gonna turn into the most awkward date to like just my perception of the men down here. I feel like the guys here tend to be very intimidated by me, because I feel like even if you're not into somebody, you can kind of play it cool, but like I don't even think it's so much of the guys out here not being into me. I think it's more so of they're just very intimidated. I have a very strong personality. I just kind of know what I want. And so I don't know if that intimidates the guys here. I don't know what it is, but just Southern men, from my experience, not talking about all Southern men, I'm just talking about from my experience and what I've seen, they just tend to be kind of intimidated by me. So anyways, so it was just kind of like we were looking through the menu, we were ordering food. So I'm like on my side of the table, and then he's on his side of the table. But I could tell like he's like, I don't know, he just wanted to be more engaged or whatever. But it was just very awkward. So I had walked around to his side of the table, and I just sat on the same side of the table as him, like, okay, like, and I was just like, do you think I'm gonna bite you, or like the fuck? Like, you acting like I'm gonna take a fuck. You act like I'm gonna take a freaking hunk out of your arm. And then he's just like, do you wanna get more shots? So basically, I'm just running the tab up at this point, because it was just, I did not understand what was going on. Like, we were talking, but he just seemed so shy to talk, and it was just like what the we're talking, and the conversation is just like going nowhere. So in my mind, I had already switched it off to like, okay, this is not you getting to know him, girl. Get lit, get your food, and go. Like, it doesn't even matter at this point. So I had got a shot. I ended up having like 2 or 3 shots during dinner, and so we're going back home. And I'm not one to judge guys because I don't have my own vehicle right now. But like, the fucking seatbelt did not work in his car. Like, what if we would have gotten into a motherfucking accident? I would have went through the goddamn windshield. But again, I'm not a judgmental ass person. Like, I tend to understand certain things, but that was just like a big red flag for me. Bitch, anybody could go flying through this windshield. When are you gonna get this fixed, girl? I had him take me back home. It's like the other side of the fucking complex. I did not want him to know where I lived at because I was just like, I don't think I'm gonna go back on a date with him. So that's a tip, ladies. If you ever are out with a dude and you don't feel like you're feeling his energy or his vibe or whatever, take him to the other side of your complex. Or if you live in a fucking community where you have houses and shit, take him to the wrong house and then let him pull off. Act like you're going inside, let him pull off and then run. I ran across the fucking complex and he pulled off. It was just so awkward. He was just like, so I was like, okay, about to go now. Thank you for everything tonight. And then you know the spiel, ladies. He was just like, can I get a hug? I was just like, okay. And he just hugged me and I was just like, oh my God, why am I here right now? Why the fuck did I go on a date with you? Anyways, so that ended up happening, awkward exchange. He had texted me that night and was just like telling me like, you know, how he had a good time and, you know, he was just good night with a little emoji. So I'm like, okay, I guess. Like, I feel like I can fuck with him when I'm bored or whatever. Here's the thing. So I'm like out with my like homegirls or whatever, and we like, him and his homeboys is in a vehicle and me and my homegirls in a vehicle. So I don't really know where the miscommunication went or what was going on. But I guess he was feeling like I should have came to the vehicle that he was at and came and approached him. First of all, do you not understand I'm a bad, okay? Bad as fuck. Who are you talking to? Approach you for what? So my other dudes could see? No. Not doing that. You be blessed. Now, this is all speculation. I don't know if this is true. This is just what I'm taking from the situation. Like, he wanted me to approach the vehicle that he was in. But at the end of the fucking day, yo, it just was like the whole date was not it. The whole situation was not it. I feel like in general, Southern men, well, where I'm at, not all Southern men, where I'm at, is just like, they don't apply enough pressure, and I think that's why I feel like that's why I'm not in a relationship. Southern men tend to be kind of intimidated by you, girl, and I don't have time for that. I'm a grown-ass woman. I expect you to be a grown-ass man, and whatever you want, you're gonna go get, and whatever you, like, it does not matter. It doesn't matter. But come to find out, he was like, he has like, Lord have mercy. Oh, God. He had like this whole little shorty he was dealing with who had kids and all of this. And for those of you who don't know, I'm single. I do not have any kids. I'm mad chill. So you have this whole life, and what was your point of going out with me? The whole date was fucking awkward because you were acting scared. So you didn't even make it work. You didn't even make it count. And then I find out you're dealing with somebody. So it was just like, the whole situation was a no for me. That was my most awkward recent date, because, baby, guys are just not it for me. They do too much. Very annoying. Very annoying. If you're dealing with somebody, leave me alone. If you're interested in somebody else, leave me alone. Okay? That's just all I have to say. To me, what made the date awkward was the whole time he was just acting very scared and stuff. Mind you, I'm a couple years younger than him. He had to be like 28. What is going on with you? Is everything okay? I'm not understanding. So yeah. So, like I said, what made it awkward was sitting in the fucking cut when I came into the restaurant. Then we go into the main part of the restaurant. He's still acting scary. And it might have been because the whole time he has a freaking girl, and the city that we live in is not super big. So it could have been possibly that at any point in time she could have walked in. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for the support. Comment, rate, and subscribe. I fuck with y'all super heavy. Yes, bye. Bye.